Hi, NARC troopers. Today is December and it's 2020, and we've got all kinds of terrible things happening in the world, from computer hacking. If you watch this years from now, I can't wait to see how that turns out. We've got different strains of COVID happening all over the world, and people not heeding warnings to do what they need to do with that to stay safe. And we have just, a political, historical transition of power from Trump to Biden. We've got a lot of stuff happening that's never happened before. We're setting records and precedents all over the place. But what I want to talk to you today about this holiday season in December of 2020, tough year, right, guys, is that, it's been a year of disappointment in many ways. I had hoped to be further along with my healing. I know recently I recorded some videos with you where I was talking about important things like the like the battle that I have with my inner child every day. She's a recalcitrant, stubborn little thing. And I talked about some other things that make me sad and make me feel sometimes, hopeless and filled with despair. But then there are good things. There are things to have gratitude about, for those of us who have jobs, who are able-bodied. We can see, we can walk, we can talk, we can move about, we can drive cars, we can go look at things and whatever, we can eat food and enjoy life on so many levels. We may not have the relationship we want, we may not have the partner we want, but on our quest for joy, I have some things I would like to say about that. First of all, I know what I should be doing. I think I have a very deep understanding. I have a lot of experience in therapy through the years. So I've had a lot of time to talk about what's healthy and what's not. I have a master's degree where guidance and counseling was a major focus of my studies. And I have lived through 18 months of something that I would compare to, okay, I'm going to say it. It was just, I compare it to hell. And so when you have all of that, you may know what's here. You may know what you need to do. Like, oh, I need to go no contact. Oh, I need to do inner work on my inner child and myself and my wounding and my childhood scripts and toxic programming and all of that. You may get what you need to do. You may have like a full understanding of what it is that you need to do. But when it comes to doing it, you can't. Something gets lost in translation between the head and then everything else, because, I think that the body and the spirit, the soul, the emotions, your chemicals in your body, the trauma that's stored there, all of these kind of things, they aren't gonna come along nicely. So what do you do? What do you do when you have days like the days I had recently? And I want to share those to show that recovery is not just all like, oh yeah, I'm going to really have self-care and I'm going to self-partner and I'm going to meditate and I'm going to go no contact and I'm going to work some 12-step program to deal with the addiction to this person and I'm going to work on my attachment styles and I got it all going on, so everything's just great. No, it's not. Some days you absolutely crumble. It's like you crumble into a million pieces and you're the furthest thing from okay. And I wanted to show you that we all have those days that are really hard, where you feel hopeless, where you feel like you're not winning and you're not making progress. And that's okay. You're supposed to allow yourself to experience that. There is no shame and no stigma in feeling that way. Again, there's no shame and no stigma in feeling absolutely crushed and devastated a year later, 18 months later, maybe even 2-3 years later. It's okay. Sometimes it's going to come back to you. You're going to be flooded with all of this and it's going to overwhelm you and it's going to be really hard. And you should expect those days. You should expect those times, because I think that they will come. But what do we need to do? First of all, we need to be realistic and quit holding on to some hope that this partner of yours who has some kind of narcissistic personality disorder, or perhaps they're a sociopath or psychopath, they are these cluster B personality disordered people. They're not coming back for you. They can't come back for themselves. They can't show up at all because they're broken. They're mentally ill. They're incapable. And to sit around hoping and wishing and thinking sometimes, maybe I can get an exorcist and we can abduct him and take him to a cabin in the woods and feed him Prozac and do an exorcism. And then maybe at the end of all that, he's going to be a normal boy. He'll be a real man, and he'll open his eyes and say, oops, did I do those horrible things? And then did I turn around and blame them on you? And was I like hating you and feeling contempt and all these horrible I just wish you would die kind of feelings towards you when there was no reason to feel those things towards you? Did I do all that? I'm so sorry. My bad. I'm okay now. I'm healed. I have the Prozac or the lithium or whatever in me. I have some antipsychotic in me, and I've had this priest exorcise all the demons out of me, and there were a bunch of these Luciferian entities and demonic influences in me. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for kidnapping me and taking me to this cabin in the woods to feed me Prozac and have demons exorcised from me. You think that's going to happen? That's the stuff that you lie awake at night when you can't sleep thinking about it. You're thinking, yeah, I could do that and it might work. No, it's not going to work, and you'll probably go to jail. So more realistically, you need to let those things go and focus. I'm going to say what everybody says. Focus on you. Yes. So I've had some bad days recently, even maybe a bad week. The holidays are tough. Today was a good day. I had no anxiety. I got to be with a family member, and the family that I was able to visit during these holidays just really snapped me out of it and grounded me and helped me remember, wow, I really get lost in this whole thing sometimes, but I have family. I have other people who love me, and maybe I should do what I need to do for them and focus on them and cherish every precious moment with them instead of letting any moment of time with the people who actually do love you, without letting any minute of that time be taken away, hijacked, stolen by an overactive, trauma brain, let's call it, or whatever else it is that's holding you hostage and keeping you from moving forward and letting go of that person. They are robbing you of precious time with the people that really count when you let your mind go to those places. So at some point, that is the goal, to completely accept that these people are mentally impaired and incapable of doing what you want them to do, and no cabins in the woods are going to restore them to their sanity or their any kind of ethics or conscience or morality or any of that, any culpability or responsibility, accountability for their actions. No, it's not going to happen. It's not. So this holiday season, pay attention to your children, if you have them, your family, if you have them, people, the friends, the people who actually care about you, who are willing to give you their time and support and be there with you. Time is the most precious gift that we can give anyone. And when we do that, it helps us get a step closer to healing. It does. I think we have to remember how sick their thinking is and how they don't play by the same rules. They don't live in the same reality. These people are not well. And whatever they're thinking, I guarantee you it's not in alignment with any scenario you can come up with. So the little thing about the cabin in the woods, that's probably not going to work either, because, even if you did get the demons out, they come back to people who invite them back, who make choices that open doors for dark things to come in, if you believe in that stuff. Some of us do. And if you don't, then look at it this way. Psychotic medications, antipsychotic medications, are not the fix-all for people with personality disorder. If that was true, they would give every narcissist and sociopath and psychopath heavy doses of antipsychotics. It's not that easy. That's one piece of a very complex puzzle. And there are things that are just missing. And no prescription drug is going to replace those missing things in these people. They're just not. So the best thing you can do is every time you start to think about it, put a rubber band around your wrist and snap it. Every time you start to have your mind wander off to thinking about what are they doing, who are they with, snap that rubber band. Say a biblical scripture verse. Call a friend, call your sponsor. You have sponsors in the 12-step programs, and you need one now. You do. You need a sponsor or some equivalent thereof to kind of help you through this journey. So I think it's important to get a plan in place and do not look back. You have to keep reframing and reminding yourself, nope, this one's broken, this one's sick and injured, this one's never going to be okay. This one is bad for you. This one is toxic. It's like you go to get a pet and you pass by all the cute little puppies and kitties and little hamsters and gerbils and they're all so precious and so adorable. And then you come to the cage where there's a snake. And it's not the kind of snakes people have for pets. Let's say this is a king cobra. Yeah. Or some beautifully colored, most poisonous snakes are beautifully colored. Some beautifully colored poisonous snake, like a coral snake or something. And you say, I want that one. I want that one. I love him. I want him. I love him. Yeah. And you could have had the puppy, could have had the kitty, could have had some really cute little animals that would have loved you and would have been loyal. That snake's not going to be loyal to you. Yeah, but you wanted the snake. And there's reasons you wanted that snake. And your job now is to figure out what those reasons were and work on that. Now, I'm sure that's not 100% true in every case, but in a lot of cases it is. In a lot of cases, there is something in the person who stays with the person who has this mental disorder. They stay because they also have something going on that needs attention with a mental health issue. I know I do. Childhood stuff. That little inner child, man, she is a handful. And I'm working on her. I'm trying to establish a relationship with her. It's no easy task, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to charm her. I'm going to take her to Disney World, right? With the little ears. We're going to just have a great time someday when things get safe again and we can go out to theme parks. Oh my gosh, I'm ready for that. I'm ready for the theme park, and I'm ready to know, to admit, to accept. I can't fix my ex-husband. I can't help him. I can't change him. I can't rescue him. I can't abduct him and force treatment on him. I can't, even though I was really thinking about that tranquilizer gun as a way to subdue. No, let's not think about that. Let's not go there. Oops, no, it wouldn't work. And where are you going to get Prozac or lithium anyway? Yeah. Airbnbs in the redwoods, so expensive, and COVID and the fires and all of that, so impractical. Anyway, please try to enjoy your holidays and keep your perspective and your wits about you, right? For me, my goal is to stay alive, recover, and be able to actually go to the Magic Kingdom. Well, actually, Epcot is what I'm waiting for, and some of those other places with my family, with my children, with my grandchildren, with people who love me, with people who are trying to mend what has been broken because of the disordered person who wreaked havoc for many years. It's pretty, that's what needs my attention. So I got my glittery fairy stuff on. I got a little Magic Kingdom juice on my lips to make me look all lovely like a princess. And so I'm ready. I'm ready to try to be happy and find joy. Oh, and one last note. I don't think you're going to find it with a boyfriend, man friend, girlfriend, female friend, whatever, You're just going to compare them, the one that was the dud, the broken one. You're going to be, it takes a while. And so, I had a few people that I have tried to, do things with in the past year and a half. It didn't work. It didn't work because I'm not okay. And that's obvious. And I have to be okay. I don't want just some friends with benefits, some kind of weird thing that is like not my ethical, moral compass. I don't want to, my narcopath humiliated me, degraded me, betrayed me. And let me say again, humiliated me to such a magnitude. Nothing can ever compare to that. Nothing. I mean, really, I don't think so. But I'm only continuing that abuse. It's self-abuse. Every time I try to rush out there and find somebody that I can say, okay, well, he's not here, so I'm just going to forget about him and I'm going to use this person to help me forget. No, you're not. It doesn't work that way. And you're going to end up right back at square one and still needing to mend and grieve and deal with this yourself without involving some other poor, unfortunate soul who doesn't know what's going on and is really sorry they ever met you by the time they do find out what's going on. So just wait, and find joy in small things and focus on children, family, friends, some of the people that you have for your, like the people who care about you. If you have no one, then go find a support group, go to a 12-step program, get into something to build your tribe and to find them, because that's how we are going to find our joy and happiness, by being patient, by focusing on the people who care about us, and trying very hard to stop obsessing about this broken, mentally ill person who is just not capable of being okay, being anything but just, what they are. I don't have to tell you. So let's all have sweet Disney dreams, or maybe Disneyland isn't your thing, or Disney World. Maybe you have some other destination, that is your place. Maybe it's Hawaii. Maybe it's someplace in Europe. I'm looking forward to going to Amsterdam again. I have family who live in Paris and in Amsterdam and in other places all around Europe. I have friends, have family there, and I'm thinking Italy. Might even just go stay a little while, couple of years. I don't know. The possibilities are endless. And I'm waiting to see how that evolves over the next few months with everything that's going on in the world. So keep your ears up, guys. Yeah. Keep your ears up. Keep your spirits up. Keep your chin up. And stop humiliating yourself and self-sabotaging and making yourself miserable, and allow yourself to have joy and happiness that is reciprocal with people who can let it flow both ways, not just one way. It shouldn't have to always be a battle, And so that's my message for today. And it's not Christmas yet for those of you who celebrate Christmas, but it's coming soon. So try to do something, try to connect with the people that matter, and let's let the joy and happiness just come in like sunshine, shining in all the broken cracks and crevices and pieces of our hearts and our lives that are broken, to fill those spaces up You know, the clock is ticking. We never have as much time as we think we're going to have. This can't wait. We need to do it now. We need to move forward with determination and passion and faith and trust and commitment and optimism. Yeah, that it's going to be okay. Everything that's happening is going to be okay, one way or another, you know, even if the world ends and there's, you know, maybe if it's, even if it's the apocalypse, in the end, you know, the good guys win. In the end, the ones who know how to love and who help others and who help themselves and who are kind and loyal and faithful and trusting and all of those things, you're not going to need to worry about anything. It's all going to be okay, no matter what happens. Yeah, no matter what happens. So I hope you can relax this week and focus your mind on the things that count and try to have some happiness and joy. Okay, people, I will talk to you soon. Be well. Bye.